Welcome, everybody. You know how we like to have fun. Welcome, everybody, to WWTF. We want the fastest game show on MikeC.
And I'm Fred Y.
Yeah, doing one of these other gaming shows away from the studio, I guess, right?
Oh yes.
So today go ahead.
Yeah, it's to the point where Mike, I damn nearly forgot what you look like.
Yeah, this is what I look like. Probably look a little better in person, but kind of tired. Yeah, it's still crazy times, man, and that's how we do, trying to communicate and get as much information to you guys as possible. So here we go, and we're talking about PlayStation 5 again.
Now, we are simulcasting on YouTube, Twitch, Periscope, and Facebook. So for those of you who are watching on these multiple platforms, I thank you so much for watching. And also, if you want to donate or contribute to the Gamer Show, you can do so by going and donating how much you want, $1, 50 cents, whatever, to the Cash App, our Cash App. That's $ The Gamer Show. That's spelled THAGAMERSSHOW. The Gamer Show. So,
please and thank you. All right, so we're here today talking about the PlayStation events. So, PlayStation event was just announced for Wednesday, September the 16th. Mm-hmm. It's kind of funny how it's announced for Wednesday, September 16th, because Xbox dropped the bomb, and they got tired of waiting. And I guess all the leaks as well, too. Mm-hmm. PlayStation ship is pretty tight, but they got tired of all the leaks, so they went ahead and said, hey, this is how much the console going to cost, $499 for the console, and then $299 for the digital console.
Right.
Which made Sony, I think Sony had plans on coming out with something, but Xbox beat them to the punch, and they saw the price point, and they said, uh-oh. I think Sony actually said, uh-oh, we can't be releasing far as much as we wanted to, because I think PlayStation wanted to release for $599, and then the digital version for like $499. Okay, but they got to compete, and that's way too much for the console. You know, at the times and everything that we have right now, PlayStation had to change a lot of SKUs. I think that's why the hold up on the announcement after Xbox dropped the big thing, because if it was the same, I think PlayStation would be like, yeah, our stuff's the same too. Then would have dropped it off real fast, like right. Xbox did. But I don't think it was the same. I think it was slightly higher. And then they saw Xbox drop their price point. So PlayStation said, God damn, we gotta do something too. What do you think, Fred?
I think, well, I honestly believe we really don't know the price of this Xbox One X. The only reason why I'm saying that is because they're saying suggested price of $499, suggested retail price, but they are firmed on the Xbox One S series at $299. So I'm still up in the air whether this is going to cost $499 or not, or are they playing chicken with PlayStation to see if PlayStation fall for that and then announce their console Wednesday for $499. I'm not sure of that, and to be honest, it's a little bit too late, and I don't know how these sales are going to be with both of these next generation consoles, because you have to look at the fact that every time we were presented with a new generation console, we always knew the price and release date of it maybe a year or so in advance, and then just to drop this price on us 2 months out before the release of the console, I think that is totally ridiculous, and that doesn't give like gamers the full time to go ahead and prepare for this stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, go ahead, talk. I forgot to cut my damn lights on. Oh, I need to put the advisory warning up. Go ahead, Mike. I can hear you.
Okay, so like Fred says, the price was $4.99. Not too sure about the price. I think they did confirm, excuse me, that the price for Xbox Series X was $4.99, and of course the digital version is $2.99. And so the PlayStation, well, we'll finally hear all the announcements and everything on the 16th. They didn't give no exact time, so I don't know if it's going to be an announcement type of thing, then straight to pre-orders or something like that. But before in their talks, PlayStation said it wouldn't be like, bam, here's everything. You know what I'm saying? Pre-order now. They usually give a pre-order date. Like Xbox is giving a pre-order date of the 22nd. So PlayStation, I think, is going to give a pre-order date too. I think they might tell us right after they do the event on the 16th and actually give us actual time, because it's like honestly it's like too late. You know what I'm saying? As far as giving us a price point and everything, as far as for this console. Granted, most people might have some money set aside, but it's going to be real tight to get these consoles, especially for the amount of money. These things are not cheap at all.
No.
So yeah, if you're trying to get both of them, that's, you know what I'm saying, that's like $1,100 easy. Easy if you're trying to get that. So depending on which way you go, digital, whatever, but the digital version guaranteed is going to be less than the actual disc version. But the thing about it is how much less, and you really don't know what's all, because it's just going to be one controller. You got to pay for another controller, so you already know that it's not no days of when Nintendo came out. You had two controllers and a game. Remember that?
This ain't your daddy's Nintendo, kiddies.
Hey, you actually could play with two people at the same time, or you know what I'm saying, you got two slots up on there. We're not gonna make you buy another controller. We're gonna give it to you. In this case, the controller break, you could purchase one. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's always a guaranteed add-on sale as far as with these manufacturers. So it is what it is, man. We actually bought into it, so we said, okay, yeah, we'll buy it. So that's what's happening. So, but that, and also too, we're looking at far as these SSD drives too as well. These are not going to be cheap. You know what I'm saying? Until later on, when third parties get up to speed on what type of SSD drives and stuff far as for that, it's going to be expensive out the gate. Because remember, you don't know how large these game formats are going to be.
Right.
Granted, it's supposed to run faster, but you still don't know how large these game formats is going to be up on the system. So that's another aspect. Look, so you're looking at another maybe two. Let's just say maybe $150, $150 to $200 as far as for drives and everything like that. And can you use your old external hard drives like far as for these? If you have an 8 terabyte, can you bring it on over because you're plugging in and download some games up there for it, and just to hold it until your SSD becomes available? So really don't know how it works until it actually starts working. So granted, the PlayStation people already have been working on it and everything like that. They actually got the system up and running, but we really haven't really seen the system just running, just the games and stuff that they showed us. So we shall see what it looks like. Other than I take that back, as far as the little demo / controller tutorial that I think Jeff Keighley did, as far as just playing like the little bot game or whatever that was, just showing you how the controls and everything work. But as far as up and running PlayStation 5 stuff, we really haven't really, seen the console in action. So I'm still excited about the console, but yeah, it's still a lot of questions to be asked.
And my thing is, how come they haven't shown us the back of this console yet?
That's true. We always saw was just the front.
What is on the back of this console that they're trying to protect so secretively? I don't
the back of its computer port, so that's all a shell. Say, psych, we got you. But you really don't know what's behind it. You really don't know. All you know is just the front of the console. And Xbox didn't show the whole tear down and everything of that. They just spread it all out for you to see all the innards of the Xbox. So they don't care. They're like, here goes old girl. Look at it wide open. So that's what Xbox showed you. But PlayStation is real real tight to the vest as far as what all's inside these things, other than the what you know as far as what the Zen processor and everything like that. But as far as like actually inside, you haven't really seen inside the actual device. So, things that make you go, Fred.
Mm-hmm. Now we are waiting for my brother James to get inside here because we want. I was trying to get a couple of people in here for their different views on it. Now, Mike and myself. Well, I don't want to speak for Mike. I'm gonna just speak for myself. I am planning on getting both consoles, and I'm trying to get both consoles at launch. Mike, I think you said that you're opting out of the Xbox.
I'm opting out of the Xbox because right now, me personally, I don't think it's really ready. Because as far as the games and everything, it's the same old games that we have right now. That's really not like nothing really coming for the console. Granted, if it's somebody just jumping in, let's say they got an Xbox S, okay, and then they want to update or whatever, I say go ahead. But I already got an Xbox One X. You know what I'm saying? I have the latest as far as of the original Xbox next generation consoles, But I don't have the next stuff because that's not out yet. But as far as the games and everything, I'm not ready to take that leap to the Xbox Series X right now because I don't think it's not time for me right now. But I really do want to get the PlayStation 5 because my system is starting to sound like not an aircraft carrier, but like a jet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I haven't elevated to your level of aircraft carrier yet, Fred. Maybe eventually. But I have been having some issues as far as with that. I don't know if other people experience the same thing when they do their download stuff freezing and stuff like that. It almost sound like phone issue, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. But I'm looking forward to getting the PlayStation 5. I'll probably get the Xbox. I know I will get the Xbox down the line, but not at launch, not at day one edition though.
Yeah. Well, my PlayStation, after something corrupted it and I had to reinstall all my games again, and then in the process of me installing all these games, something happened to my CD-ROM drive. So it's to the point where I have to turn my console off and then force a CD in there or a Blu-ray, a game in there in order for it to take it and then install it. So each time I want to play a different game, I have to turn my console completely off and then eject the game and then reinsert the game and then turn it back on. So, and that's the PlayStation Pro that it's not even 3 years old, but my other PlayStation is working fine, but I don't play that anymore because I wanted the enhanced graphics on that. So getting a PlayStation for me, you can kind of say it's a necessity, but it's not a necessity because bills and the lights and all that car insurance and all that other stuff, that comes first.
Enjoyment. Sheer entertainment.
So for the leisure, I would say for the leisure, it's a most definitely I have to get. On the other hand, with the Xbox is going to be an expensive unit because those terabyte cards cost the same amount that you're paying for the S, which is ridiculous. Like you say, until these third parties come out with theirs, and are they going to be able to handle those transfer speeds? I wouldn't get nothing from Mad Cats. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't get no drive from them. Yeah.
Oh boy, I had a couple. I don't even know how I ended up getting them, but I had a couple of Mad Cat controllers and memory cards and all types of stuff. That stuff worked for a little bit, but then that just stopped working.
$200, $300, you'd be higher than fish grease, man. And I'd be like,
yeah. So, Mad Cat, that's funny that you brought that name up. But yeah, I'm ready for something to really happen. So we're just still playing the waiting game for all this information to drop on us. So, and I think, like I said before, I think PlayStation had to reevaluate some stuff because at first I think they was about to hit us with a big old number, and they got to change some SKUs and stuff. So.
Reply to a couple of people on YouTube. Sorry about that, fellas. But we got some YouTube comments coming in. And,
What you got?
let me see. HD saying I'm going to wait for the Xbox. Well, HD is saying he's going to wait for the for the Xbox too. I mean, there's really nothing. There's nothing coming out for the Xbox. So people that
Not right now, no.
the people that are going to get it are people that are really Xbox fans, and the people that just want it. You know what I'm saying? Me, I'm in that category where I just want it. You know what I'm saying? So by the time I get it and something comes out, I'll be prepared for it. But truth be told, I rarely even play the Xbox. I'm more on the PlayStation platform because that's where most of my friends are. I don't have a lot of games for the Xbox because, you know, I'm not excited about like raindrops and tire screeching, wet tires and stuff like that.
Come on,
That's
man.
all you get
That's
with
real
the
life,
Xbox.
that, son.
And
That's real life.
cartoony games and ships that you can steal and all that. It's just too cartoony for me. They don't have any heavy hitters like PlayStation does with, you know, Last of Us and Days Gone. They don't have no type of games like that. Granted, they do have like Resident Evil and, you know, the remakes with that, but their first party games, they have. Xbox don't have anything, in my opinion. They don't have anything. PlayStation is the one with the heavy hitters, but with them saying that the S is comparable to the PlayStation 5,
which is total buckets, bro. That's not true in the least. As far as what the PlayStation 5 compared to the S can do, I think IGN dropped something like that, and I think the old boy from Review Tech said that's completely untrue. You know, even as far as with the teraflops and stuff like that, stuff is not hitting. Something says 4, then the other one's 10. I'd be like, come on, man. It's just common sense. It's actually up on paper, as far as you can see the description in between the two and stuff like that. So you can't say the Xbox Series S is more powerful than the PlayStation 5. That is not what's happening. And I'm tired of these S names and X names. Man, just name the Xbox 2 or Xbox 3 or something like that. But yeah, it's no comparison as far as with the S and the PlayStation 5.
HD is also saying he's on the YouTube side. Keep in mind, guys, we are simulcasting on Periscope, Facebook, Twitch, and on YouTube. So I'm sitting up here trying to monitor all these chats. But he's saying that and he feels like more people will be on PlayStation, and you could possibly be right. You know, my thing, I forgot to make this point, is since this pandemic and all these people losing their jobs and people can barely pay their rent and other bills that are necessities, is PlayStation going to adopt what Microsoft is adopting about, you know, you have to have a certain credit score. You got to be like in the sixes, almost close to 7 to even get approved for that program, because they're not going to allow nobody in the sixes to take home that $400 box. And then it'd be like Renison all over again. All right, well, I'm gonna move to apartment 2 now. You know what I'm saying?
Look, they be knocking at the door, right?
Bill Gates gonna come. Hey man, give me my PlayStation. Give me my Xbox. Give me my Xbox, man.
But for those that's fortunate to do that, I don't know if it's fortunate or not, because Xbox is funny how they incorporate their plan.
Now break it down, because when you told me how that shit was, oh damn, I might have to put up the advisory in a minute, and I ain't even drink no Crown Royal yet. But you break it down how they're implementing this pass with this EA thing, and I'm thinking that okay, I'm just paying $400, $499 plus tax, which is going to be $532 something. Hip them to this thing that Xbox got going on.
So what Xbox got going on is Xbox All Access. So basically, you play like you playing. Excuse me, not playing, but you are playing. But like you're paying for like a phone bill or something like that, like $24 a month or $35 a month. But this is for 2 years. So how they hoop you into the deal, you get 2 years of Game Pass / Xbox Live, and also you're paying for the console. But breaking it down even further, so you paying the console, what's that, $299, let's say for the S version, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you're paying $14.99 a month. So in 2 years you'll be paying like three something far as for that, and then another two something far as for the almost three something for the console. So you're paying that price plus the console. So you really not, the only way you're saving like $50 or $60 far as total. That's what you're saving when you go ahead and get it this route. Granted, for those people, it might be feasible, but it's not a great gigantic discount. But far as the offer, far as all the games you playing, which is good, but you got to pay you're basically paying for the service.
Mm-hmm.
So you're really not getting that much free. I know it's enticing when you first look at it. Oh man, $24 a month. For 12 months, no, that's 2 years, bro. That's 2 years, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And for the X, it's like $859 far as total when you pay for everything on out. Far as if you get the because that's $35 a month for 2 years, as well as you get the Game Pass, which you pay for.
24 months.
24 months, not 12 months.
Okay.
24 months. So you add that up, that adds up. You know what I'm saying? So that's already money that they getting every month. So just so people are hip, as far as you're not saving a whole gang amount of money. You're saving just a little bit.
Yeah, that's going to be really, really, really trippy, man.
Yeah. And pay attention to the fine print. Always read that fine print in the bottom. Because as far as those people that are getting this, it does hit your credit score if you're doing it this way. So honestly, it's cheaper for you to or it's safe in the long run for you to just buy it on out. And then get your Game Pass later on or whatever. Because you should be able to at least get 1 month free. Mm-hmm. That's with all the Xboxes and stuff. Mm-hmm. So you should get 1 month free. Knowing them, you probably get 7 days. 7 days Xbox Game Pass. But
I wonder if I just don't know how that's going to work. Like if people skip out on the bill, are they going to do something to brick that console so you no longer can play it?
Hey, now remember, as far as back in the day, they wanted it all the time on Xbox. You know what I'm saying? Or periodically they got to check in or something like that. So I wouldn't be surprised if they have like a little code they send out to your junk and stop it from working. So, you know what I'm saying? Hey, they got the money. They definitely got the money. So things are making good, So they might got a tracking device up in there.
I think that's what they might do. I honestly think that's what they might do for those people that they want to opt into that program, and then you don't want to pay that bill. Your Xbox may just be brick. You turn it on and like bloop. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry. Please deposit $35 in order to pay.
Or you go buy a game and like whoop. Like what happened to the $50? Like, nah, you owe us that, Cat. You know what I mean? I have to get that.
Oh boy, yeah. They'll find a way. Trust me, they will find a way. Hey, it's gonna be in that fine print. I bet you. Watch.
All right. Gamer HD. He asks us, "Are we getting the new Call of Duty game?"
I am. I know Fred don't like stuff like that, but I'm getting it. I like campaigns up in games. You know what I'm saying? I like the story. If it has
a campaign, yeah.
Yeah, it definitely has a campaign. So I like campaigns up in the game. Plus, continuous off of the other Black Ops. Now, Black Ops 4, I don't know what the heck that was, but the other Black Ops previously. So you see the same characters, as far as just a different type of take up on it. So I'm excited to see that because as far as what they really know how to do trailers that really entice you into the game, and even with old school type of music we listen to, because they was playing Notorious up on the trailers and stuff. So I really do like the way they direct those trailers to highlight what the game could do, and you saw it said PlayStation 5 far as what you saw was on PlayStation 5. So that's what has me excited far as for that. I like Call of Duty. So there it is.
So besides Call of Duty,
Mm-hmm.
what first what first party games are you going to be excited for this PlayStation?
Well, the only thing right now is actually going to be Spider-Man, and then later on is going to be like your Ratchet and Clank as well as the Horizon Zero Dawn. I don't know if you played the Horizon Zero Dawn, the first one, but that was a beautiful game. They did a great job up on it. That was like some of the best graphics up on the PlayStation. So I'm really excited as far as what they could do with that, as well as what they're adding to with the ray tracing and all the enhancements that's in this new console. So it should be a lot more fluid, upwards to 60 plus frames per second, even higher, as far as with some of these quality games, man. And that's what has me excited for it. And there's a lot of different games and everything that's in the works. So we want to see some of the best type of stuff within the next upcoming years, as far as for these consoles. So I'm excited about that. PlayStation really has a really good touch with their first party people. So yeah.
The only game that I'm really excited about on the PlayStation side is that Hellblade.
Mm.
That's the only one
Well,
that.
because their Hellblade actually, I think, is going to be a first. I don't know if it's releasing simultaneous on the Xbox, and because remember that's supposed to be like an Xbox. I guess it might be a time exclusive. Because remember up on the preview when they first announced the Xbox on what it looked like on that Game Awards show, they had Hellblade 2 as far as showing you on Xbox. So I don't know if that's time exclusive to later be brought over to the PlayStation, but I think Xbox is going to get it first.
And like I said, I haven't really seen anything exciting. To be quite honest, I haven't seen anything exciting on either one of these consoles that make me say, okay, yeah, I want to go out and get it. And I'm just getting it because it's I don't know. I don't even know why I'm getting these.
The new shiny
consoles.
thing. That's what it is.
Yeah, because
and you like tech.
And
you like tech.
And but it's something to review. Something that will hopefully make the Game Show channel grow again with these next gen games. But I just want to see the backwards compatibility on this thing and see if these frame rates increase like they're promising, and being able to hook up all my external peripherals and seeing if that indeed works. Because how many games I got on the PlayStation? Like almost 800 different games on that. And I have, I think, 3 externals in here that I have to house all that stuff on. I just want to see if it works. But as far as like replayability on some of these games, I'm not going to do Resident Evil. I'm not going to do Horizon. I mean, not Horizon. I ain't even finished that one yet. But I'm not going to do, what's that game?
Control?
Nah, not Control. Oh, we gonna have to talk about that in a minute. What's that game? The Last of Us. I'm not redoing that.
I'm never playing that game.
No.
I'm about to free up some space, man.
No. Oh nah, you don't want to do that because remember PT, Mike.
Guess what? I don't care. But I think it's harder for like, let's say, PC gamers and stuff like that when they see something like, because they build a PC from ground up or been playing PC and stuff like that, and these enhancements are actually trying to, I guess, scratch the surface of PC players and everything like that. PC people already seen stuff like this before, and they can updo their settings or either, as far as change out cards and anything like that. But the thing about these consoles, right, it's basically like for those that don't want to spend like these $2,000, $2,500 to do these rigs on up there, they're getting a footstep into the I guess the gaming at a cheaper price. So, but PC people have been like doing this stuff for years, so I think it's kind of hard for them to really ooh and ah awe them when they have these games that come out. Like, man, I've been playing something like looks twice as beautiful up on PC already, but not hating on PC or anything like that. Eventually, I want to make my own rig or something like that, or have somebody make a rig for me, and see about fixing that on up. But hey,
Yo,
What is up, James?
what's up, Freddie Fred?
Hey, so we were just talking about the PlayStation and the Xbox. Well, the PlayStation price, and we already know the pricing for the Xbox. And first of all, welcome to the show, James. That's my oldest brother right there. So he's a watcher of the show. Um, so um, James, what is your take on the prices that we know that these consoles are now, and obtaining one or both of these consoles? Are you planning on getting both consoles or just one, or are you just going to wait?
Actually, I'm gonna wait, man. I think they kind of overpriced, and they're getting even more pricier. You know, next thing you know, you're gonna have to buy power cord separate from the from the box. You gotta buy the controllers separately. So they're a little pricey, man, for what you get. I understand, it's the times, but $500 for a game, and you don't even get games to go with it. They like $50 as well.
Mm.
mm-hmm.
That's a car note.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
Right.
a car.
yeah.
That's insurance. That's half a house note.
Uh-huh.
And, the kicker is this: it'd be nice if they could give you a better discount for consoles that you already have. Because once you get a new system, what you gonna do with your old system?
Right.
It's gonna collect dust.
Sit there, you're not gonna. Yeah, it's gonna collect dust. You're not gonna play with it as much. And if you can, use some of your old games with the new system, it's cool. But then you got a box that's sitting there collecting dust.
Right.
Mhm.
So which you can trade in, or give it to someone that's less fortunate, or whatever the case. I think I got every game system just about there is. But so I got an Xbox 360. I haven't played with it in several years
Mm.
because I'm too busy playing the PS4. So right now, I don't think I'm gonna be getting that PS5 anytime soon.
Mm.
Mainly because it's expensive. Got my girls to take care of, so it's kind of pricey.
See,
Right.
it's not back in the day like when the Super Nintendo and then when the Nintendo and then the Super Nintendo came out. You still
Right.
could utilize that Nintendo because there were games that weren't on the Super Nintendo that were on the regular Nintendo. And you could go back
Mm.
and play Bad Dudes and a couple of other popular games that was on the original Nintendo that you could not play on the Super Nintendo, especially what Mike Tyson's Punch Out was one of them. Now it's like since they're making these things backwards compatible, which I appreciate, somewhat backwards compatible, which I do appreciate. The systems that you paid so much money for that you didn't really get a usage out of is now just collecting dust, in your spare guest room or in your man cave, or is holding the door open so you can bring the lawnmower through the house or something. And I mean, it's just ridiculous. And I mean, you made a good point on there, James, about people that they should have some type of loyalty program, which I doubt they implement in the game, where if they see that you purchased this system and you have had Xbox Live since the inception of it, and you have PlayStation Plus, maybe they could give you some sort of discount. Because
Mm-hmm.
if y'all remember, there was a couple of years ago, Xbox actually sent Xboxes out to a couple of people that um, that had Xbox Live for so many years. You know, they actually sent um, that stuff out. So I I was wondering if they could do something like that, implement that type of program again. But y'all go, you take it from here, James and Mike.
Well, okay. Well, PlayStation. Okay. Okay. Okay, but PlayStation actually did do something for like PlayStation Plus people that's been on the console for a while. Um, about $10, I believe, that I received personally from PlayStation, saying you've been with PlayStation Plus for so many years. So I have seen PlayStation actually really do that. Xbox, Xbox, I think have like did like games and stuff that you have that you get like free games or something like far as for being for Xbox. So I think they have done stuff like that, but nothing's as as substantial as what I'm saying, a great real big discount far as for all these people holding these consoles and stuff. And I've never really seen nothing really big like that. So that'll be nice if they
Oh,
do something like that, but I really don't know. I really don't know if they'll ever do something like that.
Now
so
I had to step away for a second. What were y'all talking about?
That was talking about how PlayStation recently gave a lot of people that have been with PlayStation Plus for some years and everything $10 as far as for that. And Xbox have done something previously like in the past, but nothing really big substantial like what I'm saying, you get this brand new game for free or something like that, or
Right.
something really big like that. I haven't seen that on either side of it. So that would be nice for those people that really have been with PlayStation from the beginning. I mean, like the actual PlayStation playing the first Tekken type of stuff.
Right.
That would be really cool to actually see. But I've never seen nothing really that big and substantial as far as for those people like the loyalty type of program. For those people that's been with them since the beginning, since the original OG Xbox, the big old Super Betamax size
Mm-hmm.
Xbox. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh yeah.
they
and the CD player type of PlayStation One. So and,
I
so
yep.
but it'll be great. But I don't know.
I
Yeah.
just played driver. What was it? About 2 or 3 months ago. I hooked that first PS4 up. I wanted to play driver, man. I couldn't get it to work.
Hmm.
Oh
Well,
wow.
he was, I don't know. I guess it was just too damaged. It wouldn't read it.
Right.
I mean,
Hmm.
But
I
this one,
if it
he
wasn't
was, I don't
for
know. I guess it was just too damaged. It wouldn't read it.
Right.
I mean, if it wasn't for a certain
But this
person, I would
if it
have all
wasn't
my original
for, I guess it
consoles,
was just too damaged.
but
It wouldn't
Hmm.
read it.
Right.
can't dwell over that. If it wasn't for a certain
Hmm.
person, I would have all my original consoles. But hold up,
Hmm.
I'm
Well,
getting some feedback somewhere. Um,
$88 for loyalty. What are you gonna do
Hmm.
with $10 other than put it towards your subscription, which costs what, $50? They give
Yeah.
you 10% off your yearly subscription.
Yeah. It really, like I said, it really wasn't really much. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, that's. I guess it's kind of nice. but we spend thousands and thousands of dollars up on these consoles. I
Yeah.
really couldn't. I really would hate to even just actually really think about the amount of money I spend on like consoles, or even like the average gamer would actually spend on buying these consoles. Because you think about it, just to give you just a thought, as far as how consoles started out like $200 on up. You know what I'm saying? As far as when you first started purchasing consoles, and they've been going up
mhm.
steadily ever since. And as far as inflation and stuff like that, you've been playing some money, and just think about all the years and stuff you've been playing these games. So. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
And check this out. Remember when we had PlayStation Home?
Yep.
You remember the well, I didn't personally, but you remember the amount of money people actually spent on like
Yep.
clothing and all that other stuff, and it just went
That
away.
is that is crazy.
That
That
is
is
why
crazy.
I do not want to do no type of digital nothing with no system.
That's
Nothing.
right.
I
I
want
want
all
my.
my physical media.
Yep. Yep. Because that's the only way you feel like you're in control as far as
Mm-hmm.
on your stuff. Because eventually, all these sites and stuff going to go down.
Oh yeah.
You're not going to be able to play this stuff like how you used to. Look at PT. But still,
Yeah.
but you really can't. It's really like you're just basically renting. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? AKA Game Pass, renting, the service, so
Mm-hmm.
you can play the games that's supposed to be yours.
Right. Because I haven't renewed my
So
Xbox Live account or
yeah,
my PlayStation account. And the games I got from Plus,
mm,
guess what? I can't no longer play unless I give them some
no,
more
you
money.
can't. Correct,
And
correct.
I'm not doing
So you
that right
still,
now.
mm,
Right.
mm,
You know?
I
Mm. Half the
definitely
games
understand.
I play them anyway.
I definitely understand. Right.
But
Oh
you know
well,
what?
some of the stuff on PlayStation Plus, as far as go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you, if you take all the games that you got and all of the consoles you have and add them up, I guarantee you'll come up with over 5 G's
Easily.
Hmm. Easily,
easily.
easily, easily. I
And
can look at stuff
think
right
about,
now and I'll
oh
be
my
like, yeah,
God,
that's way over.
Mm-hmm.
Like way over,
money
because
because games
because
are going
honestly,
up.
yeah, because honestly, when like games I really want or whatever, I'm buying it day one. It's really not really on no sale. You're
Mm-hmm.
getting it for the full price. Granted, I might get a collector's edition every once in a while when something really catch my eye, but far as yeah, the stuff adds up. It really does. This is an expensive type of leisure activity, you know,
Yes.
and it takes a lot of commitment though. You're like, man, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know, but it's still give and take with that. Of course, I have priorities set in what I need to do and stuff like that. I've grown on things like that, what I'm saying, take my time and everything. But yeah, it's a lot of money. It ain't
So
cheap.
so let
Man,
me
It's
let
not a
me
cheap
ask
hobby.
you let me ask
Hmm.
you this.
they have retirement now, so
Yeah.
they play your games.
Let me ask you this. Now,
Hmm.
all of us are parents and all of
Right.
us have kids. Well, you have mine's is old and gone. James, you
Hmm.
still have young ones, and Mike, you still have a young one.
I got an
Now,
Yep.
old and a
huh?
grand. I got an old one and a granddaughter. My oldest girl is 29.
Now I'm talking about I, I'm focusing on the young kids because I'm trying to make a point, right?
Gotcha.
Hmm.
So, because parents, these next generation consoles are not for the kids. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I say that
Correct.
because when you, like back in the day when you brought your Super Nintendo, that went in your room. You was a
Hmm.
kid, your Super Nintendo went in your room. Your Nintendo went in your room. And I'm getting off track. Let me get back on. Let me get back on track because I got a point that I got to make to that I shared with Mike. But when you buy these consoles, they have to remember that the kids want these games because they want to play their Fortnite, they want to play their Call of Duty, they want to play all this other stuff. But what they're not getting is that we are footing the bill for these consoles because these consoles are going in either the living room or your master bedroom. These consoles, correct me if I'm wrong, they're that PlayStation ain't going in your son's room or your daughter's room,
Oh no. Mm.
James, Mike.
Nah, that new place. Oh heck no.
Take 2 reasons. The number one reason is that it has the capability of searching the web,
Mm-hmm.
and
Hmm.
that's one reason. Two, because I paid too much money not to have access to it when I have access.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yep.
And getting off subject, Mike. Remember when we were talking and we were talking about something about like
Mm.
Nintendos and the batteries in the games and stuff like that.
Yep. Hmm.
James, do you remember when we were staying on Tulip Avenue? How we stayed up? I don't know how long we stayed
Uh,
up
long,
playing Super Mario Brothers, and we never turned that daggone game system off.
never. And
Because you didn't want to lose your stuff. Yep.
Which would you say, James?
don't forget Zelda.
No, Zelda had a battery in it, so we could come back to it.
Playing Zelda all night long.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Zelda all night long, but we was trying to play Mario, and we couldn't cut the game off because we didn't have no saves on it. But I digress to go back. You know what I'm saying? But that's when I was telling you about that story. This is the brother I was talking about because we stayed up hours and hours playing Zelda because there was one board that we could not get.
I passed that job for nothing. It was a blackboard too. It was like pitch dark or something.
Yeah. And that last board we had to go up, down, left, right, something, and then you hit do 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 do, and then you were able to get inside that passageway. But yeah, those are the horror stories of yesteryear. But like I said, these next gen consoles, I mean, they are being advertised or advertised towards adults right now because we are the ones that's footing the bill. But they're also being advertised to heavy marketing to kids as well because kids also play these games. And like James said, you know, they have internet capability and other things. And then also you didn't pay too much money not to have access to this thing. And then one thing you don't want your kids, as much as you trust them, you don't want them. You go turn the console on.
Trust your kids? What's wrong with you?
No, I don't trust the kid.
How come my Xbox ain't turning on, little Junior? I don't know.
Yep, and that's what they say. I don't know.
Play GS5. Y'all play GS5.
Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
Yeah, I play it every now and then.
And that game's a ripoff.
Uh-huh.
It's a ripoff.
Okay, explain that, James.
Because if you want to do something in this, you have to spend money. So if you
are you talking about the multiplayer? Yeah.
You got to become, if you want to become a vice president or own anything, man, you got to spend money.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't spend money, you know, you got to pay your employees, you got to do this and that. Everything in this costs money no matter what you do. If you don't spend the money, all you're going to do is just ride around and you know, and crash or whatever you want to do. But you can race people, and I messed around. I didn't know it was costing me money. I was racing people, and then it was like you put up a certain amount of money, race. And like, wait a minute, where'd my money go? I mean, these guys, I guess they told me, man, I'm just riding, and they chilling, riding around, they stop and wait for me. And of course, I still lose. Hey, you want to race again? I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. When I looked up in the corner, I saw my money going down. I realized, oh wow, this is for you know, money that I've earned, you know, on the game, or you can buy these coins or whatever the case. But they got it rigged up so that you're gonna spend some money if you want to have any type of fun, real fun game.
And the correct term for that is called pay to win.
Aha.
And they've been doing that for a long time. Pay to win.
Now, have you ever been stuck up inside the GTA before, James? Have you ever been set up?
Nope.
Cause see what these kids do is they get you to play with them, and then they'll do like these crimes. And I mean, you'll get some money, they'll get some money, but then they'll surround you and kill you. And you know, when they kill you, they can take everything that's in your. If you didn't deposit that money, they'll take everything that's on you.
Right. You got to deposit.
Hey, hold on 1 second. I'll be right back.
All right.
That's another thing. So yeah, so it's a lot. Like, this thing, it's too close to real for one, and it's not for kids. Not for no kids anyway.
Yeah, well, they got these daggone microtransactions where you have to spend real money to get all these cosmetic stuff and like these and other things like cars, clothing, buildings, and items like that. My only problem with that is that when that server goes down, you should be able to take that stuff with you, and you're not going to be able to. It's the whole PlayStation Home thing where people spent thousands of dollars on play. Did you get a chance to play PlayStation Home?
No.
Okay, PlayStation Home was it was like a Facebook virtual reality thing. What it was you could interact with all these people. You had all these avatars on the screen. You could you had a house you can invite people back to. You could go to the arcade, you can go to the club, and you can go dancing, and all this stuff you did with your avatars. You can go to like amusement parks and things like that. You can go to the mall. You can go to the movie theater. You can buy clothes. You could buy property. You could buy all this stuff. And it was really, really good at the time. It was a great way to do social networking. What happened was that it was always called PlayStation Home Beta. And the beta stand for that this thing was not complete, but they were charging full prices for all this cosmetic stuff. And then this was on the PlayStation 3. And then what happened was PlayStation 3 no longer was supporting PlayStation Home. And all of that money that people spent on that stuff, you can't play it no more. You can't. If you still have PlayStation Home on your PlayStation 3, I think you still have the icon, but you can't go inside PlayStation Home. I don't think the servers are still up for that. But people wasted thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on all this stuff, and then they, at the end of the day, they don't have anything to show for it because all that money is gone.
That's terrible. And no way to get refunds or any type of restitution. Nothing.
Nope.
So probably don't even have anybody to call to even make a complaint.
Yeah, and I think they would use the excuse that this was in beta. This was in beta test, so you know they don't really owe the community anything because it was a beta program, and that that was crazy. That was crazy.
That would drive me absolutely insane.
And parents were the ones forking this bill, just like what Fortnite was doing. When parents were the kids was asking for these cards so they can buy all this material inside Fortnite, and I think there was a lawsuit or something like that with these kids using their parents' credit cards to buy these items and these pay to win games, just like Marvel Avenger that came out.
Yeah.
That game is like $39, but at the end of the day, if you buy everything, you're looking at over $200 just for that game. So you can get, at least with Black Panther, they should have gave you that one for free. They should have gave you him for free, but you have to buy a lot of these Avenger heroes, and that's going to cost you real money on top of the game that you had already brought.
Mm-hmm. That's what it's all about, man. You're trying to get as much money out of the consumer as possible, anyway, by any means necessary.
And a lot of people are just fed up with this type of nonsense with these microtransactions, the pricing of the games and stuff like that. Because the next generation games are up $10, so they're going to be like $67 for you to buy a next year game, which every year I understand, like every year or every time a console comes up, the cost of the games always increase, because I think when Nintendo first started out, their games were like maybe 20 something bucks,
$9 I remember at one time.
Yeah. And Super Nintendo came out, that was like in the 30s. Nintendo 64, that was like some people kept saying that it was like in the 60s. Yeah, I think it was like 50, 59 something dollars, 50 something. And then with the the CD-ROM games like the Dreamcast, the PlayStation, and all this other stuff, the games gradually increased. But
49.
with those games, you can put them in. You didn't have to do any updates. You didn't have any type of storage on that. You could put Resident Evil in, and you could play Resident Evil without having to wait like 10, 20 minutes for it to update. With these consoles, I mean, I can understand they selling these consoles at a loss, but preparing these consoles, in my opinion, they should have had some type of way where the consumer could swap out these cards or increase the capacity of these units cost effectively. Because with the Xbox One X series, those terabyte cards, they're saying they're going to be costing $300, and that's the same price as the Xbox One S series. So every time you want to buy a new card, you're going to have to say, well, I could have brought the Xbox One S series, or you're going to have to delete something, and then hopefully when you want to play it again, hopefully it's on that server. Or you're going to have just a rack of cards stacked up somewhere, where they should have done a thing where, well, hopefully it'll come out where they have these external SSD drives that could write at the speed and read at the speed that's needed to play these next gen games. I'm quite sure.
Hey Fred, you out of frame, bro.
Oh, I am. Oh,
Yeah. I don't even see the side of your face. I just see your glasses, the edge of your glasses, brother.
Oh,
Slide
yeah,
over just a little bit more.
No, because I got it tilted to. Well, I got it out of the way. You can see me now, right?
Hey, yeah, I can see an eyeball. Yeah, I guess it's good enough. I want to see who I'm talking to. I'm talking to the chair right there behind you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Mr. Fred.
But Fred, you know what now? Now there are games now, and I think Destiny is one of them that you can't play unless you have internet and a subscription. You can put it in your box, but it's not gonna play unless it's online.
And I don't know why I don't know why they're doing stuff like that, because if you play it on PC, you don't have to pay a subscription. And
That's crazy though, right?
Yeah. And that's why a lot of people are switching over from consoles to computers for that reason, because you have to pay for the game, then you have to pay for the accessibility to go online to play with your friends. Why should I do all that when I can just buy Destiny on PC and just play with my friends, especially if it's a game that's cross-gen or cross-platform? There's no need for me to go to the consoles unless I want to play exclusive games, things like that. But I don't know what type of way they can get around it, because you're basically locked in that. You know, if you want to play Horizon, you gotta buy a PlayStation. You know, you want to play The Last of Us, you gotta buy a PlayStation. God of War, Spider-Man, Morales, you got to, you know what I'm saying, buy a PlayStation. With Xbox, that's one thing I don't understand, because you can play State of Decay on the PC. If you have that game, you could play it on the PC, but if you're on the Xbox side, I gotta pay Xbox so I can play that game. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's just I don't know. They know how to make money. I tell you that.
Yep, that's why they rich.
Yeah.
But let's see about closing this on up, fellas, because I gotta go.
All right.
Hate to bring this party to a close all fast after I just got back.
Well, hey,
but just letting everybody know, just a recap far as on it. They're supposed to be announcing the PlayStation 5 on the 16th of September. We should be getting the actual release date and price far as for that announcement. And they probably give us a pre-order date, just like Xbox did far as for their system. and that's going to be Wednesday the 16th. They haven't given no exact time, so we shall see what time that happens.
So people's stand by Wednesday. You know, if you're at work and you work in retail and it comes on at 1 o'clock, take your break. Or if you have to register, say, hold on, ma'am. it just did. Well, you know, if you go into Walmart or Target around here and they watching, you probably don't get no good service on that joint anyway. Because at 1 o'clock come them young kids watching the joint. Can you ring me up now? Hold on, sir, I'm busy. And they're sitting up there watching their phone, watching the presentation. Especially if you go to Walmart in Clinton. Jesus. Yeah. Let me tell you something about. I have a love-hate relationship with Walmart. But do you notice that every time you go to a Walmart, you'll see, well, I don't know if it does now, but you'll see like young girls working there, pretty young girls working there. And then about 5 months later, like half of them pregnant. You don't notice that? I'm trying to tell you.
And on that note,
Walmart in Clinton is a child support haven. Please stay away from the girls inside of Walmart in Clinton, or you're going to be paying some unwanted child support if you go that route. Just go in there and buy your TV and leave out, man. Don't get no numbers because they are. Let's close the show, Mike.
All right, man. Hey, y'all, and don't forget about that Cyberpunk giveaway that we got going on too as well. It's $1 raffle ticket, and you can buy as many tickets as you like for Cyberpunk on the console. So read the descriptions as far as on how to see about obtaining this ticket. And that's about it. So like always, you guys can hit us up at thagamersshow@gmail.com. That's the Gamer Show for today. Don't forget to have a Facebook store page to follow low prices. Don't forget to hit us up in vTime. Don't forget to subscribe, become a Gamer Club member. And don't forget to hit that notification bell to be notified when we drop videos like these.
And please remember to like, subscribe, and follow all our social media networks, join our Steamhouse community and our website community, where you can get some free stuff. And James, we appreciate you coming on, brother. Sharing your thoughts.
Most definitely, James.
All right, so we'll see you next time on WWTF.
We want the facts.
The Gamer Show.
See you next time, people watching. Thanks for tuning in.
Y'all be.